And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Psychic Talk Radio. We're simulcasting on radio and YouTube today. I am live video streaming. That's right. You can come and see me. Just open a new tab in your browser, type in www.psychic.cafe/live and write that down because it's good for all of our shows every day, same bat time, same bat channel. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and that's 7 p.m. in the UK. So again, it is psychic.cafe/live. That's it. Yep. Real short URL for you, psychic.cafe/live. So if you're listening to us on radio, maybe you've dialed into the program on Blog Talk, you can come over to the YouTube channel and see me. And you can join us in the chat there as well and hang out with us in the cafe. That's right, Psychic Cafe. Grab your coffee or tea and pull up a chair. Let's hang out and talk about all them psychic things, right? Tarot and numerology and whatever comes to mind. Yes, we would love to chat with you. I see people popping into the chat room already. Autumn is back in there. And Anila and Meta Crazy. We're getting all of our returning favorite listeners and viewers that hang out with us. Hey, what's going on Blog Talk? Oh, we already have callers on Blog Talk. So it goes both ways. Not only can you join us in the chat and see me live on video stream on YouTube, but if you're watching the YouTube show, you can call in to the radio switchboard, and that's 714-816-4628. Well, it's going off screen right now, but it'll come back around in a sec. We got our scroll down here, and everything that I'm talking about, you'll, if you don't write it down or can't remember it, it's right down here. Our sale and our coffee page for tipping and our telephone number 714-816-4628. Now you can just call in and just listen to the show, just dial in and listen away. But if you want to be live on air with me, the secret is you have to push 1 on your dial pad. Yeah. So that moves you up from the bottom of the list with all the people listening to the show up into the caller queue and raises your hand next to your phone number, lets me know that you want to be live on air with me. And we'll be going to phone calls shortly. We've got, let's see, area code 562 is first, then 212. And there's other people listening. Remember 714-816-4628, and then press 1 on your dial pad if you want to be live on air. If not, if you're just listening, that's perfectly fine too. Write that number down too. So those are the 2 things you need to write down because it's good for all of our shows. 714-816-4628 and that URL I gave you, psychic.cafe/live, because each day we're on every day. So each day it'll take you to the live on YouTube for that day. And then you can pop into the chat with us. Any other people coming into the chat yet? Oh, I'm waiting for more of our regulars to pop into the chat. We already have some questions in there. And oh, by the way, I guess I should mention that you can ask questions in the chat as well as calling in and talking to us. So if you can't dial into the show, I mean, I love chatting on the phone lines with you, right? That's the best. And you got that energy and everything. But typing it in the chat is just as good. Yep. So what you do is you type your question or ask me to pull a card for you in the chat. Now there's no list. There's you don't have to ask to get put on a list. You don't have to ask the question. Just type the question in, whatever it is. And those of you getting in the chat now, just look at Autumn and Neela and all that have already typed questions and things in there. So if you just want something general, say, hey, please pull a card for me, or type in your question. That's all you got to do, because I scroll back and I go through the chat in the order that you typed it in. and I take all of your questions in order. So when you type in your question, try to keep it, a couple of lines. Don't write a book, and make it as succinct as you can. And really, what do you want to know, right? What is it you want to know? Oh, I'm not positioned right here. I gotta adjust myself. Got my gecko on here with the sunglasses. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that because we have geckos in Tucson. It's overcast today, though. It looks like it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Hey, Nick's in there. Hi, Nick. And private name is in there. Uh, private name was here yesterday, I believe. And so, hey, we got some regulars starting to fill things up. I've been paying attention a little bit to the view count right after the live. So not the views later on that people watch the replay, but right after the show goes off, and the view count has been going up. I mean, it was really low, in the teens, and now we've had ones, days where it's been like in the 30s, 60s, 50s, 40s, all over the place, so it's really cool. You guys can help us out too. Yeah. Do you have other people that are interested in tarot, numerology, some of the other psychic sciences? Maybe they're into astrology or psychic mediumship or channeling or anything like that, animal communication. Yeah. Tell them about Psychic Talk and that they can come and join us every day of the week, 11 a.m. Pacific. So Los Angeles time, 11 a.m. And then Mountain time, 12 noon. So that's like, I want to say like Denver, time. And currently Phoenix and Tucson, actually, we're on Mountain time. But in March, sorry, we're in March. In what is it? Actually, it's this weekend. Yeah, when everybody else moves their clocks, we don't move our clocks. So guess what? I'm going to be on West Coast time, Pacific time. So same time as, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland. I'm going to be on your time, and I got to start the shows at 11 a.m. instead of 12 noon. Now, it won't change for the rest of you because you all move your clocks. So it'll still be 11 a.m. in Los Angeles, 12 p.m. in like Denver, Central is 1 p.m. I want to say like Chicago, I guess, Amarillo, um, that part of Texas, the Panhandle. And then on the East Coast, it's 2 p.m. So New York time, Florida time. And then if you're in the UK, London, it would be 7 p.m. 7 p.m. So the times won't change for you guys, but I got to get up a little earlier every day, starting on Sunday, this coming Sunday, which actually is going to be Sunday's going to be great. Um, I am, let's see, that's the second Sunday, so it won't be the Angelic View, it'll be a Psychic Talk radio show. And and I think Pamela Steele, the tarot author, Pamela Steele, if you guys been around, you've seen Pamela, she's fantastic, right? She's going to join me as my co-host, and then directly after that show, there is a Zoom meeting that everybody can join in, and she's going to be doing a workshop on the Celtic Cross. It's called Tell Me a Story. I always forget the name of it, so I have to think. Oh yeah, Tell Me a Story. And directly after that will be a discussion and Q&A on. You can ask questions on the workshop, but you can ask questions on anything about Psychic Cafe, our new community website, becoming a host on Psychic Talk. You can ask about becoming a member of the Tarot Guild, our lifetime membership, getting certified. How do you get certified? All that kind of stuff. How do you become a professional psychic advisor or tarot reader? How can you grow your business by uh, putting yourself and your business on Psychic Cafe, on Psychic Talk Radio and YouTube? Yeah. And oh, Charlotte's in there. Hey, Charlotte. Hi. And Charlotte's one of our moderators. If you have any questions, ask Charlotte in chat. Also, Dan will probably be along soon. So ask Dan Metheny, Michelle Metheny. Michelle's one of our hosts. Dan is her husband and recently became one of our lifetime members. he's toying with the idea of doing a show too, or at least maybe joining us, maybe him and Michelle and I, you know, on a Tuesday show or something, just pop on, he's an intuitive. We'll have to see. I don't know if he's comfortable with, doing readings per se, but he might have some interesting, tidbits of conversation in the area of psychic ability and intuition and things like that. Be very interesting. Let's see. Oh, that's very strange. I went back to check the phone lines and the callers we had dropped off. And this was happening the last 2 days. And I don't know if it's a blog talk thing or if people just get impatient. You know, as soon it's weird because I see them coming in and I start the show, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm going to the phone lines and they're gone. I mean, there's people on the phone lines, but they don't have their hands raised. So I'm assuming they're just listening to the show. So if you've dialed in and you want to be live on air with me, press one on your dial pad. That'll put you up in the caller queue and raise your hand. That way I know you want to be live on air. Otherwise, hey, it's wide open, folks. 714-816-4628 if you want to call into the show. 714-816-4628. Press one on your dial pad if you want to be live on air with me. Meanwhile, I'm going to go back to the chat and we'll answer some questions in there. Before that, let's talk about the numerology of the day. It's Wednesday, March 6th. So it's that six energy, which is a return to harmony and balance after the chaos of five. Yesterday we had some five energy. Did you guys feel that? So one of two things happens. You have a lot of energy. You're riding the roller coasters. You're out doing the gardening, all that kind of stuff. Today's a great day for gardening too with that six energy. But sometimes things get chaotic with that five energy. Well, today it's six. We've returned to harmony and balance. And it's also about relationships, hearth and home, things going on with the house physically, maybe you're renovating. I don't know. Also the entire date, March 6th, 2024. Let's see. 3 and 6 would be the 9 energy plus the 8 energy of the universal year. We are in the world year of 8, abundance and prosperity, if you didn't know about that. And so 8 plus the 9, we get the 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So the energy from the date is that abundance and prosperity energy. It's great. It's in alignment with the world year energy. And all year long, whenever it comes in alignment, that's a great day, to really manifest the things you want to manifest. The energy is all set, so to speak, for that. And then for cards of the day, well, I got one of my favorite cards, which comes up a lot on these shows. The Hanged Man. It's one of those thinking outside the box cards. Yeah. So I know, and I'm just doing a little smiling there. You know why I do that? I mentioned it yesterday. It's because then YouTube picks that up as the picture, the thumbnail for these lives, so I don't have to like do it manually. I know I'm cheating. So yeah, I often talk about how there's often a delay with the hanged man, and I talk about how like Odin and the Dressel tree, he hung himself upside down to I think it was for a long time. I want to say 40 days. I don't know. It was long. It was to gain the knowledge of the runes. All right. So what this fella has done in this card, and I can turn it upside down, look, the glowing like a halo around him. And he's got a slight smile on his face. He's got his hands behind his back. He's got one leg behind the other, making symbol of four. Okay. And this is not someone that's been hung. This is someone that has hanged themselves on purpose so that they can look at the world 180 degrees upside down from the rest of us. They are looking for a different perspective on things. Now, sometimes the hanged man shows up and says, this is a good time to wait, you know, take a chill pill, just give time for the universe to like sort things out, work things out a little bit. It can also be a card of sacrifice. Maybe there's something you need to sacrifice to move things along, trying to think. Take one for the team. Yeah. Um, it can also be simply saying, "Hey, hang in there," right? Just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. Um, this is the thing though, when I was shuffling the heart of the matter card that I got when I cut the deck was the Knight of Wands. The knights are action cards, even the Knight of Pentacles, where it looks like he's not even moving. They're all moving just at four different paces. Okay. And this is one of the fastest ones, the fire energy, following your passions and just going for it. I mean, maybe not as fast as the sword, so like, because air, moves faster, the Knight of Swords, but the Knight of Wands is about taking action, especially in the direction of what you're passionate about. And when you've got that together with the Hanged Man, okay, this is letting you know that no, the Hanged Man is not talking about a delay in this case. He's not talking about, hey, maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to sacrifice something, wait a while, all those kind of meanings. Because with the Knight of Wands, it's saying go for it. So the other interpretations then make a lot more sense, such as what I started out talking about, and that is getting a different context on a situation, looking at it differently, thinking outside the box. It's one of those thinking outside the box cards. I should do a whole, mini workshop on the thinking outside the box cards. A lot of the fours, right? Anything with that four energy. Yeah. So that's what I got for the cards of the day, numerology of the day. Gonna pop those cards back in the deck because sometimes they want to show up later when we're doing the readings on the show. So how's everybody doing today? Numerology and the cards of the day out of the way. Oh, we've got a couple of callers. I'm going to go to callers first, and then I'll come to your questions in chat, folks, because they've been waiting. And I told you Dan was going to show up, and see, there he is. Hi, Dan. We also have Manil or Manil, Manil. I think of Manila when I see that, but there's no A. It's Manil, Manil, something like that. All righty. So we are going to take a look. Manil says, today was such a great day. Everything felt they were like they were settling, and it felt like a return to home. Oh, well, that's perfect for today. It's that six energy, which is about healing and home and the nurturer. It's the energy of the nurturer. Like seven's the seeker, six is the nurturer. Yes, that fits in perfect. Charlotte saying hi to Autumn. Autumn had said, hey, what's good, Charlotte? Today for me feels like a day that the more love you share, the more love you'll get back. Oh my God. Yep. The boomerang effect, right? Yes, Charlotte, that is perfect, especially on a six energy day, right? Absolutely. So this is the kind of conversations that you'll see in chat, and why we come here every day and hang out in the cafe. You might not have a question, a life question or something every day, but you can still come in and hang out, chit chat with the other people in the chat. And we're all, sitting in the cafe having our coffee or tea. Gonna take a sip right now. Coffee. Oh, it's really strong today. I swear I use the same amount of, coffee grinds, coffee, water, everything's the same, but it changes. Does not make sense. I need to start doing French presses, I think. Um, let's see. So to kick things off, let's go over to the phone lines here. And we're going to go with area code 352. And everybody else, if you want to be live on air, don't forget to press 1 because there's a lot of callers, but they don't have their hand raised. So press 1 on your dial pad if you want to be live on air with me. 352, are you there? Hello.
Yes, I am.
Oh, hi. Hey,
Hello.
what's your name, hon? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida. Meta Crazy, Jill.
Oh, it's Jill. Hey, how you doing, Jill? Thanks for calling in. It's nice to
Good, how are
talk.
you?
Great. What's been going on? Anything new?
Well, I need you to help me get my page getting up so I could
It,
do
oh yeah,
a
yeah.
Zoom on a YouTube platform.
Yeah, we can get on a
So
Zoom
I want to do
and
that as
and
well.
look at your profile and see what you want to do with it, how you want to set it up. I can make a custom URL for you. It can be whatever you want. Psychic.cafe/whatever. We could just use Jill, for instance. It could just be like psychic.cafe/Jill, or Meta Cafe, or whatever your preferences for a custom URL. And that way you can send people real easily right to your page. Psychic.cafe/Dax is mine, for instance. So I'm going to pop that up for everybody watching on YouTube so they can see what we're talking about. Me and Jill are talking about. These are the custom URLs you get when you become a lifetime member or a premium member of the guild on Psychic Cafe. And, if you have your own website, that's great. If you don't need one. You can set it up on Psychic Cafe. We'll make custom pages for you, whatever you need to grow your business and promote yourself. And, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And also on our pages, our profiles, you can chat with us in between shows. Like you can chat with me, you can book a reading with me and everything like that right at psychic.cafe/Dax. Yes. What are your plans for your page and profile and everything on Psychic Cafe, Jill?
Well, I actually do a bit of everything. I do everything from tarot cards to pendulums, but um,
Mm,
I think I'm more of a psychic. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I am. I know a lot of things that I'm the knower without knowing. I know education that I don't never practice or got an education about. So
mm-hmm.
basically,
Yeah.
I also do what's called spirit art. I draw pictures and then I wind up
Oh,
putting them
yeah.
on like Facebook, and then people contact me and then I do readings about their loved ones who passed away and stuff like that. Um, so I'm slowly starting out. So I have a lot of different definition skills, just not sure how to publicize them, I guess is what it is.
Oh yeah, we should work on that. Also, it sounds like you're a natural channel, meaning that information that you've never studied yourself, or had knowledge of just comes through. And sometimes that's what people need.
Correct.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Correct.
Awesome
I know
song.
I channel. Yeah, like I know I channel some great people out there. It's just I want to do right by them. So I did a lot of thinking about joining you guys. So we go to one page. I thought it was a great idea, like a Actors Guild. Now we got a Tarot Guild. I think
Hmm.
it's definitely. I think it's gonna bloom.
Well, we've been doing it
So,
for nearly
but
20
yeah,
years now. And
yep,
now that we have
uh,
Psychic Cafe, it's instead of naming it Tarot Cafe, we named it Psychic Cafe. So it was in alignment with our Psychic Talk network, the radio and YouTube shows, but also so that we could expand things out. And like I mentioned yesterday, you'll hear me more often than I think it was yesterday, or it might have been on the. Well, Nick can tell me he was at the live when we did the Zoom on Sunday. We're doing a Zoom every Sunday now where you can get your
okay,
questions answered. And I mentioned how, more often than not, you're going to hear me say the guild instead of the tarot guild because we want to allow everybody
right,
in. so channels and psychic mediums, animal communicators, astrologers. We need astrologers. It's very popular. We need animal communicators. It's very popular. We'd love to get you guys, anybody that does any of that, or channeling, psychic mediumship, anything like that. We'd love for you to join us as a host on Psychic Talk. And there's multiple ways of doing that. You can become a lifetime member, like Dan in the chat there, and Jill on the phone here. And you can just pop on random shows like I'm doing right now. You can also do your if you want to be on regularly on these shows with me as a guest co-host. And well, you wouldn't be a guest co-host at that point. You'd be an actual just straightforward co-host. We have a level for that. And then we go in above that, we go into custom shows. You can do a custom show once a month or bi-weekly or every week. It's all up to you. So if you have questions about that, you can ask here on these shows all week long, but you can also join us every Sunday. And that's around 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And you can join us on Zoom and ask these questions. How do I become a Psychic Talk host? And we can talk about the different types, different levels, and all that kind of stuff. What else, Jill? What else do you want to work on?
Just basically starting this out, because I get messages like for the collective and stuff, like why COVID happened and how it's a major awakening for a lot of star seeds, and it's about coming together right now. It's our world's coming together right now. We were basically forced. I call it the planetary Baker Act because I was a psych nurse, but we were all faced with a lot of death and stuff. Like I lost my husband during COVID, which made me look into a lot of different things about life after death and made me realize that I am channeling. So, I want to be able to help people out there the way I got helped. I went down a very dark, dismal path, and I think I can help a lot of people who are homeless out there with drug addictions and stuff like that. And I believe that's a part of my gift is helping those who are lost and families have given up on.
Right.
Because then it happened to me, but my family's on my side now that I received the help, and I want to give back because I do believe the divine is guiding me. So I think it's ironic I found your channel.
Well, it's not on accident. I don't believe in accidents, coincidences like that. Let me tell you something, Jill. I pulled some cards to see what would come up, and I got the Queen of Pentacles. I call this the mom card, the nurturer, which fits in with that 6 energy today. And what you're talking about is you're talking about being the nurturer and helping people. And I think that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I don't think it's an accident that you called on March 6th on the 6th energy day, which is the nurturer. It just makes a lot of sense to me. And then some of the other cards,
me too.
Like, the 2 of Wands. The 2 energy is relationships and how you relate with other people, either one-on-one or in groups. And that's going along with that nurturing energy from the Queen of Pentacles. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And then on Psychic Cafe, I've got the 4 of Pentacles now, which is talking about establishing foundations, creating structure, and that's what you can do with Psychic Cafe. And the 3 of Pentacles as well, working with other people. And so, working with all of us on Psychic Talk, Psychic Cafe, and so forth is how you can reach out and start helping people, going all the way back to that first card, Queen of Pentacles. And it's amazing, except for the Wands card, they're all Pentacles. They're all talking about, career and that kind of thing and abundance. It just is, dead on. It's so perfect. Love it, love it, love it.
Can't make it up.
Yeah, can't make that up. So yeah, we'll make time. And that's what I do, folks, is when I'm not doing these shows, I am meeting with our members and helping them set up their pages on the new community website and getting them their their certificates, or if they need to get certified in something, doing a certification. and then getting, talking to them about how they can do radio, podcasting, YouTube, everything like that. Thanks for calling in, Jill, because it also helped a lot of other people to hear that.
Thank you.
Awesome sauce. And the phone lines are still wide open. Give us a call at 714-816-4628. Again, I had a few more calls and I was going to go to the next call and they dropped off, and we've got 475 and a bunch of other caller, and they don't have their hands raised. They're just listening in on the show, which is perfectly fine. But what's happening to the people that call in and raise their hand and then they disappear? Jill was the only one I could get to. So if you're listening live out there right now, whether you're watching on YouTube or maybe you're listening on radio, 714-816-4628. Dial in right now, hit 1 on your dial pad so I can go right to your call. Also, when we do on some of these, other days of the week and we, get a bunch of callers, we get a bunch of questions in chat, I want to let you know, if you're new here, that you can always go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. You buy me a cup of coffee, then let me know in the chat on YouTube during the live show, or message me in between shows on my profile that I showed you earlier, psychic.cafe/Dax. Go over there. You have to join, but it's free to join the website. And then message me and say, hey, I just bought you a cup of coffee. I'm going to call in tomorrow. Here's my area code, and you can give me your whole phone number. It shows up on anyway, on there. If you don't want to give your whole phone number, give like I'm area code 619. The last 2 digits of my phone number are 32, and my name is Jack and whatever. And then I'll bring you on first. No waiting. And not only no waiting, I'll spend more time with you too. So basically how it works is, whether you're calling in or you've put let's say you put a question in the chat, but it's like 9, 10, 15 questions down, we'll stop whatever we're doing in the show and go right to your question in chat or right to your phone call. No waiting, right away, and spend, up to like double the time we spend with the other callers. Also, if there's a couple of parts to this happened on one of the calls where someone bought me a cup of coffee, and there was a couple of parts to the question, and so I answered both. We don't normally do more than one question. It's a limit of one question, unless you go to psychic.cafe/coffee. Yes. Okay. Gonna No more calls with their hand raised. So we're going to go back to chat. We'll give some time for people to call in. 714-816-4628. I love that Jill called in. Yes. Don't always get to talk to our members and such on the phone. I just see them in the chat, except Charlotte. Charlotte always calls in. Not always, but a lot. And Michelle's in there now. Hey, Michelle, how you feeling now? Are you recovering even more? We've got what? 1, 2, 3 days till your next show. Let me know how you're doing in there. Where's Delilah is in there. And Dana Shri. Cool. And Meta Crazy, that was Jill that was just on. By the way, I get confused. So if I forget, Jill, if I forget that you're Meta Crazy, or I forget that Meta Crazy is Jill, or, I'm going to forget. Because like, if you don't use the same name that you use on Psychic Talk, we've actually got people that have a different name in here in the chat on YouTube, a different name and profile and everything on Psychic Cafe, psychic.cafe. And on the Tarot Guild website, they have a profile and it's a completely different name. And there's like 2 different email addresses. The address at Psychic Cafe is not the same one that they have on the Tarot Guild site. And it's just very confusing. And I cannot memorize everybody. So, I'm just saying, bear with me if I forget who you are, or that you are so-and-so on the tarotguild.com and so-and-so on Psychic Cafe, www.psychiccafe. Bear with me. And Chelly's back again too. Yay. Let me scroll back up to the top. Private name. I saw them come in and they said a bunch of things, but then they retracted their questions. And Autumn had a question early on about an exam, but that looks like it disappeared too, or it got deleted or something. Oh, that might have been Dan. Hey, Dan, what was going on with Autumn? She or he messaged a couple of times. Autumn's one of our regulars back again, and so I'm gonna wait and find out what's going on with that. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna pull cards because I know Autumn asked that. Let's see. It's looking good. Page of Wands, that's, you studying in school, taking the courses, taking the exam. And the Four of Cups is a yes. The Two of Pentacles is a yes. Yeah, yeah. I think you're going to pass really well. I don't know if it's going to be as well as you think. Uh, See, with the Four of Cups, right? Look at the expression on the figure, and then look at the Two of Pentacles juggling there. I think that you might be, well, everybody in school is juggling a lot of stuff, especially if it's at university. I feel like you'll pass, but I feel like you won't be 100% happy with the outcome here. So just more studying is needed. More study, more study. That's what the Page of Wands means in this instance. Can mean a lot of things, but I love when it's just very obvious. Page of Wands is about higher education and learning and all that kind of stuff. Studying, you see him holding the staff there and staring at it's just like the Page of Pentacles, just like really staring at the pentacle. It's got that same energy to it. Let's see. So Anila had said, will Chime approve my rebuttal for my dispute? What? I can't talk to my dispute claim and give me my money back. Will Chime, is Chime a person? I'm assuming that's the name of a person. Or maybe it's not Will, it's the person's name is Will. I See, that's what I don't like about chat. It's so hard to understand what people are trying to say, especially if they're translating it. Will Chime approve my rebuttal for my dispute? I'm not sure what that means exactly, and give me my money back. But I don't really need to know. We're just going to pull cards on it and see what comes up, right? Let's do that. And I keep checking the phone lines. Oh, we do have a caller. 212's back. Hey, 212, I'm coming to you next, so don't go anywhere. Okay. 212 was on, and I don't know. I think Blog Talk must be dropping some people because there was a 212 before, they dropped off, and now there's a 212 back. Might be the same person, might not. So let's see what's going on with that. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, this is not looking too good. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's one of those wishy-washy answers. Tarot loves to do that, by the way. And then it's fine though, because I can look in the cards and I can see what the issue is, or I can pull more cards and find out what the issue is. Why is it not a strong yes or a strong no? That happens a lot, more often than not. Getting four yeses or even four no's is great if you can get it. Five yeses or five no's is so rare. I mean, you guys heard it on the program here. It's like when that comes up, I go, oh my God, it's a shoe in, because we rarely get five. I got the death card. Again, that's a transition card, kind of sort of like the Ten of Swords, little different context to it, but it's the same thing. One door closes, another door opens. I think this is going to be taken care of, this situation. Um, I'm getting a mixed, maybe yes, maybe no, on getting the money back. So in other words, it's gonna be over and dead and done. And the whole thing's gonna be over. And I think I think what's going on is you are attached to a certain outcome because I'm getting the devil card, which is our attachments, right? You're attached to a certain outcome, and I don't know if you're going to get exactly what you want. I don't know if you're going to get all your money back or even if you're going to get your money back, but it looks like it's going to be satisfactorily taken care of. And if I was doing a private session with you, yeah, we could, ask each of those things separately, pull lots of cards. We just don't have time to do that on these shows. This is just a whet your appetite mini reading, is what we call these things, because the whole idea is you're supposed to book a longer session if you need more information. That's the whole idea. But it's showing up at the end here, at the end, near future, Page of Cups. That's that emotion around it, right? And the Nine of Cups, more emotion around it. The Nine of Cups is traditionally the wish come true card in tarot. Yeah. Because nine is the end of the cycle in numerology. So this is fulfillment. Nine is the fulfillment number. And say that 10 times fast. The fulfillment number. And so it's the end of the cycle and you've achieved, it first comes through with the eight. That's the abundance and prosperity number. So that's when you realize whatever you're doing, it comes to fruition. You start at one, have the impetus, and then two, then you are manifesting the creativity with three. Four is the actual manifestation. And then you move into the higher numbers all the way to eight is when you fully realize it. And then nine, of course, is the end, so that's why the Nine of Cups is the wish come true card. And look at the look on his face there. He's got all this nice cups all lined up and everything. And so these two cards together is telling me it's a emotionally fulfilling, satisfactory outcome. You got the wish come true card, you've got the Page of Cups. It's emotionally anyway. It's very good, very very good. I don't know that necessarily translates to you getting what you want out of, like you're making some kind of a claim, um getting a judgment that like you are right and deserve your money back and getting your money back. I don't know that that's what this actually means, because like I said, I'm not getting a strong yes when I ask if you will get the money back. In fact, I'm getting one, two, possibly three yeses, but nine is often I take aces, which is one, and nine of cups, which is nine. Those are both odd numbers. So in my system, it's a no. But because they're such positive cards, depending on the context, sometimes the aces are yes, and sometimes this is yes. In this case, if I don't take it as yes, I got one, two, three no's, and then the devil card and the death card are major arcana and yes. So it's leaning no, but but my computer says yes, no. Thumbs up there. But because they're major arcana cards, they're really strong yeses, those two. So it's almost 50-50. Could go either way. I wish I had a real clear answer for you whether you're going to get the money back. When I first laid out the cards, I saw the devil card and thought, okay, you're attached to a certain outcome. The death card talking about, it's coming to fruition, it's coming to an end. And my initial gut instinct was that you were not going to get your money back, or at least not all of it, or not in the way you want, or something like that. But these cards are really positive. So I think you're going to be satisfied in the end. Okay. So we'll just go with that. Let's go over and see if 212 is still on the caller lines here. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 212, are you there? It's spinning on my
Our top 32 bracket.
Cast your vote.
Your votes will determine who goes to the top.
Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Do we have cross lines or something? So my switchboard is hanging up, the evil circling thing. I'm going to try to bring them on one more time. 212. Hello. Oh, it connected this time. Are you there? 212, area code 212. Hello. Going once, going twice. Okay, we're going to put them back on hold. They can listen to the show or call back in. It just dropped. Maybe they were having trouble and they're going to try calling back in. There may be an issue with Blog Talk. God, that's why I hate Blog Talk. Oh my God. I'm going to scroll down. Okay, answered Autumn's, answered Anila. And Charlotte was saying hi to Autumn and to Anila. And let's see. And then we had that neat comment from Maniel. Usually when there's two vowels, the first one is long, so it would be like Maynil. But I'm used to like Manila, where you say ah. So I don't know if I should say Manil. Having a great day out there. What else? How's everybody else doing? What else is going on? Okay, I think Anila was asking something and Charlotte was answering back. She said antenna, but she meant Anila, I think. Those were the cards and number of the day. She's trying to fill her in here. What else is going on? Let's look down here. Anybody else put a question in? Okay, Danashri. I remember them coming in. Hello, sir. Coming towards my life in the with the general reading. Okay, let's see what's going on for. Oh, okay. That is interesting. Very good, very good. So, Daha da Dahana Shri. I like that. Maybe I'll just say Dahana. So the eight of cups shows up. That's in alignment with the energy today from the date, which is that abundance and prosperity energy, 8. And we're in a world year of 8. So this whole thing, and just looking at the other cards, we're talking about either you're either already working on this. I suspect not. I'm getting the feeling more like this is going to start in summer. Okay. You are moving onwards and upwards from your current position into a much better position. Okay. And it's mostly, I'm not getting any of the romance cards or anything. Even though we've got cups here, I'm later on, I'm getting wands and pentacles, and it just feels career. And it might be career or it might be business. It might be your business. And maybe you've not even thought about starting a business, but that's what's coming up in the cards. But it starts off here that you have some emotional baggage with something and you need to nip that in the bud. You need to, I don't care what you need to do, some EFT tapping, release those blockages, let go of holding on to how things were in the past. Maybe in the past you've never created a business and this is all new to you. You got to let go of, oh, but I've only made money in a certain way. Oh, I've only worked for other people. I don't know if I can work for myself and do my own business. According to these cards, you can. And that's the message that's coming through very loud and clear, actually. You need to move onwards and upwards here. Okay. After taking care of the emotional baggage around some things. And then your ship's going to come in. That's the 3 of Wands. Your ship's coming in. But that 3 energy is creativity and communication. I really feel like you see how he's looking out there for the ships. I think that you need to do some introspection and especially some research. I'm getting that feeling like research, looking into what you should be doing, because the next card is the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles, self-made woman. Now you may, or I don't know if Donna Shree is a male or female name. So you might be male or female. It does not matter the gender. Okay, self-made woman, also self-made man, doesn't matter. This is another one of, that nine energy, like the Nine of Cups. Things, the wish come true, and especially the emotional feeling around it. With this Nine of Pentacles, it's the same thing, but it's not talking about, your emotional fulfillment, but your material fulfillment. Okay, and I think of this as the entrepreneur card, right? And then right before that, and actually he's marching towards that, is this Knight of Pentacles, and that is making slow, steady progress with this thing that you start. And like I said, I'm getting that summer feeling before you have everything together, but you can start now, and you're researching and so forth, and then this moves into this, and then you become the self-made person. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, let me go back to the phone lines. Okay, area code 801. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, wait, I think that's Charlotte. Is that you, Charlotte?
It is me. I was
Ah,
just calling to see if the phone lines were working, and
that's
apparently they
great.
are. So,
That's great. You can call in anytime and do that as one of our moderators slash soon to be hosts, because you're going to get on the shows, right? I'm still
I
waiting.
am. Yep,
You're
I'm
getting geared
ready.
up now, aren't you? You're ready now. Because I remember you said February.
I'm really excited.
Now we're in March. Are you ready? How's things going along? And what do you think? Are you going to be doing like more initially? Are you going to be doing more of like um my mind's blanking here. The not the tarot cards, but the,
Oracle card.
or that's the word. I couldn't think of,
Oracle card.
for the life of me, I couldn't think of the word oracle. Anyway, I was thinking so my question, let me rephrase my question. What I was asking was, in the beginning, when you get on, you think you're going to be doing more oracle cards, or are you going to be doing the animal communication, or is that going to come later? What do you think?
Um, we'll see what happens with the animal communication. I mean, because it's just like the other day in chat,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's cat came and
I
hung out with
remember
me,
that. It was hilarious.
and no, and no, and yeah, and nobody ever claimed her. So unless it was one of Michelle's cats, but yeah. So that was that was just incidental. But I have, I mean, we'll try some animal communication, and we'll do it with the caveat that I'm a beginner, and if things don't come through right, that I'll keep learning and get better as we go. But I'm excited. I feel like I have so much to share. Not that I've lived an extraordinary life,
Mm-hmm.
but I just feel like I have.
Well, and the more you do it,
Okay, this is gonna sound so stupid. I feel like I have so much love to share.
right. And the more you do it, the
And
more
this is,
intuitive you get, and you'll be better with the cards, and you won't need the cards at some point, maybe, and you shift into animal communication. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. But I do feel like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Well, you let me know.
the
You let
love
me know.
thing, helping people.
Yeah,
You
but
name the day, I'll be there.
yeah, I was gonna say, let me know. We can have you pop on. You can join me as a guest co-host on tomorrow's show, or on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday next week. You just let me know when you're comfortable, and jump on the live with me. And of course, you have to work on your camera, your background. Are you gonna have one of those what do you call it, green screen backgrounds that you've put up before, or are you going to do an actual, like I'm doing a physical background, but I also like the ones where you just put a nice picture behind you. Didn't we make one for you that was like that
Yeah.
body of water with the trees?
Yes. My favorite. My favorite place. It is
Yeah.
the
I mean,
most.
that's perfect.
It's like everyone should go to that lake. It is just so. It's not very big, but oh
Mhm.
my gosh.
Sounds
So yeah,
awesome.
I thought I would use that and see how it looks. Because sometimes you can get funny outlines, and then if that around the edges of your head and stuff, and if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to go dig through my stuff and see if I can find my um.
Mhm.
I think I have a mandala wall
Okay.
hanging. One of those
It's
big
however you want to do
clock
it.
things.
So just let me know. Let me know when you're set up and ready to go and what day you want to pop on. And by the way, for those of you in the audience, uh, Charlotte has been a host on the network before, way back, and has been a listener for forever, but she's also a lifetime member of the guild. So she can come on and, like I was discussing in the beginning of the show, because and when Jill was on the line, about being a guest co-host and just popping in and promoting yourself, promote your business, do some readings with us. And you can just get your feet wet, Charlotte. Like, what I'm thinking is, you could just be a sounding board and be here to chat about things with me as a co-host. And you can pull some oracle cards for the callers and the people in chat. If nothing's coming through, you're not getting anything for a certain question, just say, hey Dax, I'm not getting anything on that, and we'll go to my cards, what I got. So there's no pressure or nothing like that. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
let me know when you want to jump on. We can do it as early as tomorrow, or we can wait till next week and do it sometime. Talk to me after the show, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And then also we can
For
pop on.
sure. So
We can also pop on a remind me when I talk to you after the show. We can pop on a private Zoom together, test out your backgrounds, test out your audio, how things look and everything, and see if it's all set, and we can chit chat about guest co-hosting. How about that?
yeah, that's good too.
Okay.
That's
Well, if
that's good too.
if you don't have anything else, I'm going to go back to the chat. Unless you have a question you need cards pulled on or something.
No, not today. Today
Yeah.
honestly when Autumn asked, what was good, my
I thought
game
that
for
was
my
great,
answer
by the
line was
way. When
repeat.
when she did that in chat and everybody responded, I thought that was great. Everybody talking about how their day is. We should do that every day.
Yeah, but it's just that's just how the energy I'm feeling today, that is, I mean, it's literally bombarding me.
Mm,
I mean, I feel like I have to run out my door and find somebody to like give a hug to or something, you know what I mean?
why not?
And when I woke up this morning, I used to do this every morning, but the first thing I did was I just give myself just a few seconds, if you take a few breaths, and then focus on my heart chakra, and then and then picture the earth,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the only way I can do it. Make sure everything spreads, and I sent love all the way around the earth.
Right.
So it's there with people who need it, and people who need it, it's there to use. People who don't want it. They don't have to take it. But love is in the air, courtesy of Charlotte.
Awesome. Well, I'll talk to you soon, Charlotte. I also have to get a hold of
Yes.
Catherine because I've been supposed to have a call with her yesterday and a previous day, and it's just like I cannot connect with her, and we don't. I'm not sure if she's doing her show Friday or what. It's like crazy. So I might be on a call with her after the show. I don't know, but I'll try to get on with you as soon as I can. Okay, bye, Charlotte. I'm gonna go back to the chat here. Thanks for calling in. And by the way, if you're ever watching, listening, and you notice that I might be having issues with the caller queue with the switchboard, go ahead and dial in. And I know your number. I'll bring you on so we can do an audio test, which is basically what we just did, folks. We just did an audio test. Obviously, Charlotte was able to get through. I brought her on. I was able to hear her. She could hear me. So it's like everything seems to be working, but like a couple of callers, like especially that 212, I don't know if they just weren't paying attention or what, but I couldn't hear them, so I give up. By the way, in the chat, I got a question from Chile, but Meta Crazy was saying how Chime is a bank. And yes, I do know about Chime the bank, Jill. But when I read their question, it just didn't connect. Like I thought of the bank when I saw Chime, but I was like, but it doesn't look like that's what she's asking about. Because it looked like she was asking about a person, but I guess she means getting money back from the bank. Yeah, I don't know. But Jill says Chime is an online bank app and they are infamous for stealing. Aha. So maybe that's why I was getting all of those cards that were kind of leaning towards maybe not getting their money back. Yes. New Ben is popped back in as well. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. And let me see here. Go back to Chile. Now, earlier on, where is Diala came in and said, "What are we all talking about?" I was talking about that view count earlier. We're up to 39 during the live show. That's pretty cool. I don't have transportation. Do you see me landing employment or getting SSI? Okay, so this is for Chile. And let's see here. Okay. So when I look at employment, I get the justice card, which is weird because honestly, I would think I would get the justice card in relation to SSI and whether or not you were getting the SSI. But I pulled this card for that and a different card for SSI. So, this is looking really positive. And then I get the Four of Swords, so this is a yes and a yes. And one of them is a major arcana card. So it looks really good. Four of Swords, though, there's that's taking a step back. And sometimes it's like recharging. It's one of the thinking outside the box cards. Okay, so it may be saying to take a step back, Chile, and look at the whole situation with employment and go at it from a different angle, and that there might be a slight delay. And so I'm getting it may take 4 weeks, 4 days to 4 weeks. How fast you do it is entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. You are the magician and can manifest. And I say that because we got the magician card too. That's coming up next. Okay, so and then the main card was justice, supported by the Four of Swords. Now, talking about the SSI, I got the Hanged Man, the card of the day. Yes. And I think that one of the traditional meanings with, it taking a little bit longer, a little delay here. I think it's more likely that you get employment before the SSI kicks in. But I think it'll still happen though, because major arcana card and then another big fat yes major arcana card, the magician, like I was just mentioning. It's really weird because the justice card should have showed up for the SSI saying, because often when you're talking about something like that coming through, whether it's a legal case or working within a bureaucracy, such as getting some kind of assistance or SSI or anything along those lines, I often get the justice card saying that's going to happen. And then when I was talking about all that with you, I was saying about how fast you can manifest this, and that's when the magician's card should have showed up for that, but it didn't. They're like crossed. It is just weird. Just oh, I hate when tarot does it that way. I like it when it does it where it's whoa, But what I think this is saying is, there's the delay. But remember when I said in the beginning of the show, and I was talking about the card of the day, the numerology and all, and I said that because this card showed up with the heart of the matter card being that Knight of Wands, taking action, that the traditional delay meanings and maybe take a break and thinking outside the box and stepping back and all that kind of stuff, I didn't think applied. I think it was more uh, getting a different perspective on things. And because the magician card is coming in, talking about your ability to make this happen, to manifest it, is I think it might be talking about like, are there different routes to greasing the wheels a little and getting the SSI through? Are you focused on that? Or are you just letting it lay like, okay, I applied for SSI and I'm sort of looking for a job? You know, that's not being focused. Being focused is like you're there every day in the SSI office. How's my case going? Where is it at this point? Is there anything we can do to speed things along? Squeaky wheel gets the grease, as well as what I said before. Can you grease the wheels? Same, different thing, but same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I'm getting for the SSI. And this is, that's what I'm getting for employment. I still think you might end up getting the employment first, somewhere between 4 days and 4 weeks. So between now and the beginning of April, in there. But it all depends on how focused you are and how much you adopt, the magician outlook. I can manifest how I want things to be. New band had come in. I said, hello. I don't know. Did you put in a question, new band? Don't see anything yet. Dan says, you can also watch the replay. That's right. If you miss anything, watch the replay. First name, last name's in. Yay. First name, last name just got here. Yeah. Um, I'm not done yet. I'm going to try to make this really short. One of the shorter shows, because I did a 2-hour show on Monday. Went over an hour yesterday. I'm trying to make this one a little bit shorter because I'm going to be back tomorrow anyway, right? And if it's really important in between shows, book a session with me. In fact, you can get it for 50% off right here. Psychic.cafe/sale. On the sale page, just scroll down and it's $49.99 to book a session with me. Normally $99.99. So you're saving $50. That's 50% off. Psychic.cafe/sale to book a session in between shows. You might have to scroll down on the page a little bit. the top part is about the lifetime membership, which you can also sign up for before it goes away. Just two payments of $39 or one payment of 78. The number of cards in the tarot. Let's see. I rewinded it and didn't see what the answer was. Oh, no, I did answer everything, Anila. It's you have to scroll back some to listen to it. And you won't be able to scroll back right now. She said I scrolled back. No, you can't go back until we're done with the live. And then when it's a recording, you'll be able to go back and listen. First name, last name. If you had something, you can pop it in. Otherwise, I'm going to look at Melissa said. I asked you about Clyde going to get his Social Security retirement check. You said yes, we are supposed to let us know in 30 days. Okay. I'm not sure. Are you saying it happened or you're still waiting, Melissa? I don't know if there's a question there or not. What did Dan say? Okay. Let me go back over. Oh, no phone calls. Well, we can get out of here soon then, unless somebody pops in. There's still time to pop in your question. But I'm going to go back over here. I'll be back tomorrow and maybe with Charlotte. If not, I'll be back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week too, plus Saturday and Sunday. Yes, yes. Oh my God. Okay. Remember, you can go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. Maybe you're enjoying these shows. Maybe you like hanging out here every day and you want to help us keep the lights on. Maybe you got a great reading and you want to give us a tip, maybe on the next show you want to get your question answered first right away and you want me to spend more time with you. The way you do that, all those things, go to psychic.cafe/coffee, grab me a cup of coffee. Oh, and Melissa said you told me to keep you updated. Yes, yes, that's what I thought you were getting at. But I and you're supposed to be told in the next 30 days then, or that's what we said when you asked the question. I don't know which is which, but yeah, keep us updated, Melissa. And let's see, going back over here again, we're doing a live discussion and Q&A via Zoom at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern US time. That's 9 p.m. London every Sunday now. And all you need, you don't have to come and get the Zoom link and all that kind of stuff. We put the Zoom link in for that Sunday after the previous Sunday. So on Sunday, coming up at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, just type in psychic.cafe/Zoom, psychic.cafe/Zoom, and you can join us on the Zoom. And it's a open live discussion and Q&A. You can ask anything you want. You can ask about psychic development, psychic sciences. You can ask about numerology and tarot, all those kind of like general questions. How's the law of attraction work? What are the steps? How do you do this? How do you do that? What about this? You have questions about specific cards in tarot or how to do spreads or, everything is wide open. Maybe you're taking my course right now, Tarot by the Numbers, and you're stuck on something. That's what our Zooms are for. That's your live Q&A that was promised to our students of my course. And in addition to general questions about the course, you can ask about the guild, becoming a member of the guild, becoming a professional tarot reader, a professional psychic advisor. How do you get certified? How do you set up your business on Psychic Cafe? You can ask about getting your certificates, or maybe you need a certificate reprinted or something. How to set up your profile. Also, it's a brand new community social networking platform /website www.psychic.cafe that we launched this year. And there's a lot of features, and maybe you want to know the steps to submit a blog post or an event for the calendar, or how to do status updates, pop in a picture, pop in a video, and how do you do all that? Friending people, messaging people, and it's different on a laptop versus a phone, and I can show you both and everything. That's what the Zoom meetings for, is like absolutely anything about the guild, Psychic Talk, like becoming a Psychic Talk host, or co-host or guest co-hosting, or doing your own custom show. Any questions about the guild, any questions about Psychic Cafe. Now, this coming Sunday, we're going to be doing a workshop with Pamela Steele on the Celtic Cross first, before the live discussion and Q&A. So it'll all be in that same hour, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. 5 hours later. So that's 9 p.m. London. Okay, so join us on Sunday after the show. I'll be on with Pamela. We're in our 20th year at the Tarot Guild. Wow. And then here's the sale I was talking about. Hold on, I gotta get some water. So the lifetime membership, 75% off through the rest of this month. It's just $78. The number of cards in the tarot deck, or I've added to the sale page below that button to buy it for $78. There's a link for 2 payments of $39 to make it even easier. So you pay $39 now and you're in. So that gets you started. And then next month, it'll automatically charge you another $39, which is the $78 we were just talking about. One time, no recurring fees. You're paid up for life after you pay that. And you get all of our panel discussions, workshops, live Q&As, and then all of our replays of all of those. You get free certification. That saves you $124. You get my course, Tarot by the Numbers. That saves you $297. You get to be a guest co-host on our shows, promote you and your business on Psychic Cafe, all of our social media outlets, our radio shows, our YouTubes, and also on that same page, like I said, scroll down below the lifetime membership and you'll see where you can book a session with me for half price, $49.99. So it's Psychic Cafe. Yeah, Psychic Cafe /sale, psychic.cafe/sale. Okay. And so hopefully after this show, I will hear from Catherine and we'll find out what's going on with her and whether or not she's going to be able to continue with her Friday shows. Michelle's Mystic Corner is coming up in 3 days on Saturday. Hopefully she's recovered. She had some, procedures over a week ago, and she's recovering nicely, and hopefully will be ready on the 9th, and I'll be there with her. Yes. And then, like I already told you about the 10th, but a week later, Sunday the 17th, Maria will be back with the Angelic View, and I'll be on there as a guest co-host with her. Yes. So that's what's going on. Let me look back in. Where's Delilah? Says, love it. Okay. Dan says, my apologies for screwing up earlier with Autumn. Yeah, so everybody was asking in the chat and wondering what happened because Autumn had asked a question or made a comment too. There was like 2 of them that disappeared, and it said that Dan deleted them. And we're like, what happened? But fortunately, there's when one of the moderators deletes, I'm able to go on there and click a link and it shows me what was deleted. So I was able to draw cards and to answer Autumn's question anyway. So no problem, Dan. We got it taken care of. And Charlotte says, Dan, everybody makes mistakes. We're sure it will be fine. Yep. And that's what happens when we're hanging out at the cafe, having our coffee with Kahlua and Bailey's thrown in it. Yeah, things like that happen. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I had a great time. Today went incredibly smooth, except for losing some of the calls. still don't know what's going on with Blog Talk. It is just insane. And I am seriously considering. I know a lot of the hosts want the Blog Talk, and we can keep it going, but on some of these shows, when it's just our Psychic Talk daily shows, where I'm the host and sometimes a guest co-host with me, I mean, I may start just taking questions from chat, just doing YouTube and not doing Blog Talk on every show. That's a possibility, because it is a pain in the butt going back and forth. And, I know everybody likes hearing the phone calls, and everybody likes being able to call in and talk directly. And, I understand all that, but, most lives, most live streams on YouTube, they don't have caller lines. we're one of the only ones that do. Oh, where's Delilah said, can I have a card? Okay, let me do that real quick before I get out of here. Oh, the card of the day from Monday. It was a few days ago, the star card. Okay, so what am I getting, Delilah? The Five of Cups. Okay, this is the crying over spilt milk card. There's something that you're not obviously not happy with, and it's got you, cups are emotions. It's got you emotional about this. But the star card shows up. The message that the universe wants you to hear is there is always hope. There is always hope. And like I pointed out, I think it was Monday, Tuesday. I don't know when this was the card of the day, just a few days ago. This is card 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So 17 reduces to 8 in numerology, which, once again, that's the world year number. That's also the energy today. And I keep wanting to say creativity and communication. That's 3. Sorry. And 8 is 3 and 5. Yeah, we could look at it that way. But no, 8 is abundance and prosperity. That is the world year number. That is the date number today. And that is what's coming up in the card is, hang on to the hope, because you're going to be able to realize and manifest abundance and prosperity. Yeah. And it is your life path. Actually, she was mentioning his life path, Delilah. And it's interesting because in the card, the 5 of Cups, and there is this bridge over this river, and a building or a house or castle or something in the background. This is the goal that you're trying to get to by going over the bridge. And the way over the bridge is next to these 2 upright cups, but the figure's attention is on the 3 spilt cups. Often reminds me of the 4 of Cups, where he's looking at the 3. It's always 3 cups. Why is that? He's looking at the 3 cups, and then the 4th one's being offered. It's a similar thing here ish. You got the 3 cups that have spilt, but back here, there's 2 upright cups. All the person has to do is turn around, and they'll see those cups, and they'll be able to go over this bridge to the goal. The river is the river of life. That's your life path. The river of life along there. Yeah. Just thought of that when Delilah said my life path. Okay. Joe's got an interesting question. Hi, Joe. Welcome back. Have we talked about that before? Have I already found my future husband? I know I've already pulled cards for you, but I can't remember what your question was. So I don't know if it was the same question or different. Definitely looks differently worded. Have I already found my future husband? Maybe. Sorry, Joe. It's saying maybe. The 9 of Swords, the Ace of Swords should be a no. And then the 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Swords is a yes. So it's leaning yes. You may have already met him or her. But It's interesting because you got the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords. There are way too many swords here. You are surrounded by all these swords. And the central focus is this is where you want to get, right? Your future husband, idyllic family life. This is actually the central focus card. So, you can actually get there. But all these tens are to, and the 9 of Swords, 9 is the end of the cycle. And then these tens are new beginnings. One door closes, another door opens. But it's that 10 energy right after the 9, right before the 1. And then we get the 1, the Ace of Swords. So, what I'm getting here is 2 of Swords. There's some choice, some decision that you're either unable or unwilling to make. And you need to do that so you can get down to this 1 sword and move forward to get to the idyllic family life. But bookended on each side, bookending the spread, so you got the 2 of Swords and the Ace of Swords in the middle with the 10 of Cups, like right in the middle. That's the heart of the matter card. These two are on the outside. What does that tell you? Overthinking this. You are overthinking this. But it's more likely than not. If you want a straightforward answer, really it's maybe. But looking at the cards, looking at how everything's dealt, looking at the interconnections, I get a more of a most likely to me. I get this strong feeling that you've already met this future husband, this person, but you are overthinking things, and you need to get it from all those 9 swords, 10 swords. Oh my God, get it down to that 1 sword in the Ace of Swords, that 1 thought or idea. Yeah. The universe has a nice way of pranking us. Yes. And tarot is like that. Tarot likes to mess with you. Also, it has a tendency that if you ask the same question over and over again, I guess hoping for a different answer, and you're shuffling cards, and you know, keep asking the same question. You're either yourself a couple times a day or every day you're asking the same question, or if you're going to multiple readers and psychics, the answers from the tarot will get real muddled, or outright it'll give you a ridiculous answer. Yeah, it has a personality that way. Yeah, you're welcome, Joe. Yeah, I was going to get out of here, but I wanted to get your question in and Delilah's in there. But hey, I'm going to be back tomorrow, maybe with Charlotte. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But bye, everybody, for today. Thank you. I had fun. Really liked it today.